get into it, and I'm sure a good number of you have listened to this song. So let me not waste too much of your time. I don't know what you think, first of all. Is that a good song? Is that a good song? Do you really like the music? Do you like the beat? Do you like the rhythm? Do you like the lyrics in the song? I want to know whether the lyrics make sense to you. The one that is captivating is Liar Man. Are you a liar, man? And I posted my survey question here while you were listening to the music. And I see that 89% of you are saying, no, not a liar, man. Are you telling the truth? Now, you see, this is interesting. This is where you want to be. And really, the 8 persons that voted said they are not liar men, constituting 89%. I voted also. I said I am not sure if I am a liar man. And that is why we don't have 100%. So you see, I see some dishonesty here. But let's go into the song. I don't want you to run away. So, folks, at this time, I want to officially resume our broadcast here. We are doing an analysis of the president's new hit song, Liar Man. So let's get into it, folks. Let's get started. So, who is a liar? The president has made this song saying, Liar Man. Some people say the president is complaining about something. Some people say the president is whining that people are lying on him, that he's doing this and he's doing that. And as many of you listening to the song, he went on by saying, I did not do those things. And liar man, you kept lying, saying that I did those things. So first of all, let's define who is a liar. Because there are many of you right now who said you are not a liar. So we'll see whether any of you actually are telling the truth. According to our definition we have here, it's simple. Many of you know who a liar is. One who tells lies is a liar. Just pure and simple. And so my question to you is, have you not ever lied in your life? If you have never lied in your life, then you are clean. Then you are not a liar man. I know some of you want the political aspect of this, and we'll come to that. But let's try to juice this thing up a little bit so we can all get a very good picture. Because here's the thing. This is about morality. This is about the soul of our society. And we're going to tell you how bad lying is, what the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran said about lying and liars. We will get to that because we need to understand this thing better. So a liar is a falsifier, somebody who falsifies, who misrepresents the truth, who tells the opposite of what a particular situation is. That person is a liar. According to the whole Bible, many of you who are Christians, we heard about the Ten Commandments. We read about it. We were taught the Ten Commandments when we were kids. And in the Ten Commandments, commandment number 9 is the one that said, thou shalt not lie. In other texts, it says, thou shalt not bear false witness. And we all know about that. And as kids, when we were coming up, we would try to lie so as to not be punished because we're trying to hide something. But then we end up getting ourselves in trouble when we lie to our friends. Some of us who started school at the times, at the time they had the ratting in the schools. If you said anything that was not true, and they come to find out that you did not tell the truth, you get some lashes on your bare butt for lying. And even now, some parents will urge their children to tell the truth even if what they did is wrong, they will encourage their children to tell the truth. Because they are saying, if you have done something, instead of admitting it, if you try to tell a lie, again, you are committing further crime. And so our parents will continue to encourage us. And even in our places of work, in our churches, wherever we go, people are in demand of the truth. But human nature, for some reason, because sometimes the truth is shameful to your character, to yourself, because you can't stand the fact that you have done something completely out of the ordinary. You don't feel proud of whatever you might have done. You do not actually want to tell the truth about that situation. So I'm saying this to say that the son liar man, they are liars in our communities. They are liars in even our churches. They are liars at our job sites. They are liars at our homes. Least to talk about our government, where we find so many liars. So lying has become habitual for many of us. And you all know it. And so for the president to come out to release this song talking about liar men and saying that I did not do those things that you're saying that I did. In Liberia, we know about Cheche Pole. Who doesn't know about Cheche Pole? Who doesn't know about gossip? People gossip, and when people gossip, they tell lies. When people do Cheche Pole, they tell lies. I'm not saying all gossip can be lies. And I'm not also saying all Cheche Pole can be lies. But we know that in the act of Cheche Pole and gossiping, people misrepresent the facts. And that is a lie, and there's no way you can describe it other than what it is, a lie. Liar man. And so those of you who voted early, claiming that you have not lied, you are not a liar man, let me ask you a question again. Are you sure you are not a liar man? Have you never in your life said anything contrary to the truth, fearing that telling the truth will get you in trouble because you do not want to be looked at ugly? Have you not ever in your life said anything contrary to the truth of what you may have done? If you claim to say you have not done that, then of course, I don't know who you are. But then you are not a liar man, maybe, but I'm not sure of that. But let me progress here quickly. What did the Bible say about liar in the book of, I'm not trying to preach here. I mean, we want to understand this thing. We'll get to the political side. Many of you left the political side. Let's look at the moral side of it. Let's self-evaluate ourselves in terms of truth-telling and how lying affects our greater society. It's a dangerous thing. So let me progress. What did the Bible say about lying or liars? In Proverbs 17:4, the Bible said, a liar listens to destructive tongues. Your tongue. In other words, whatever you say or whatever one says that comes out of your mouth, tongue there meaning figurative. That's the whatever you say, and that's why the Holy Book is talking about that. And so let me say that again. A liar listening to destructive tongue or destructive talk. If you are not a liar and somebody is telling you something completely negative about somebody and you are not a liar and you sense that that which that person is saying is unbelievable, how do you receive it? How do you react to it? Do you receive it and nod your head and say, Is that what you do? Have you never done that? Now, if you entertain such a destructive and corrupt communication from somebody that your instinct tells you might not be truth, that is an act of listening to destructive tongue according to the Holy Book. And in as much as you entertain that, you too, according to the Bible, you are equally a liar. Because the person is telling you things that are not true, and you believe it. And in turn, what do? You share that information with another person. Now, these things have consequences, and we'll also get to that. And the Bible also said in the book of Proverbs 19:22, better to be poor than a liar. That is juicy. I like that one. The Bible is saying it's better for you to be poor than for you to be a liar. How many of you would rather be poor in this earth? I mean, on this earth, sorry. I know everybody want to be rich. But the Bible is telling us doing the right thing, which is telling the truth, is the right thing to do. Even if it means that you will remain poor. That's the right thing to do. But let's leave the Bible thing. The Quran said, Allah does not guide he who is a liar. That is Quran 39:3. In the Quran 39:3 says, Allah, the God Almighty, does not guide a liar. In other words, God does not guide the steps of whoever is a liar. But I'll leave that and make progress. Let me show you this quickly here and relate to you for us to understand. And again, I will get to the political side. We need to understand what is a lie, what is the danger of lie, who are engaged in lying, and then we will get to the meat of it. It reads, lying is a complete opposite of truth. So anything that is untruth and deliberate, and anything that is untrue and deliberately intended to mislead another person is a lie. A lie, therefore, can be anything spoken or written that is totally and partially baseless, unreal, made up, distorted, exaggerated. And the Bible, they went on to give some example there. So that is a lie. So when we're talking about lying is when you deliberately state something that is completely far from the truth. When you make things up, when you say something that is baseless, whether totally or partially, that is a lie. Anything, whether written or spoken, that does not represent the facts, the truth, that is a lie. When you exaggerate, when you blow things out of proportion, you lie. And so let me bring you to the meat of it a little bit. Many of you, because you love somebody so much, what you end up doing sometimes is you say too many things about the person. You exaggerate a lot of things about the person. And this is common in the political arena. Very common in the political arena. People will go ahead and say things about their political leaders because they are supporting the person. They will paint a picture of the person that is completely far from what actually the person is by exaggerating. Do you not see that? They will give descriptive words about the person. Some of these people, they are not angels as we know them. But this person will come up, maybe a surrogate, maybe a talk show host that supports a side. And that person will go on by explaining to you how good that person is. So, by doing so, that exaggeration in itself, I'm telling you, is a lie. And sometimes we don't realize that. So those of you who said that you are not a liar, man, have you not Have you not exaggerated about something in your entire life? Giving it a little more percentage of what exactly it is. So let's come to the motives of lie. What are the motives of a lie? A liar tells a lie for the purpose of A, concealing the truth as he may be afraid of the truth or its punitive consequences by the law or certain individuals. B, cheating and deceiving others and enjoying their misery as Satan did with Adam. C, short-term worldly gain, such as gaining the favors of others and monetary gain. And some of you can relate to this. So, but let me further explain the point I was making earlier. And this is what we see in our political arena. And that is why I thought to do an analysis on this song. And, so that people can really understand. I know it's a song that everybody kind of talking about, and we can use it as an opportunity to reflect as a people. Things that we say that are far from the truth and how those things end up hurting others and sometimes ourselves. And these things can have long-lasting consequences. And how we as a people, as a society, as a country, when we engage in lying over and over, how that can erode the fabric and the decency of our society, how it can break trust completely in a society to an extent that everybody can just disengage. Maybe our country is an example. In Liberia, many of you know this. This is common to most men, or for most men. Men will just take pleasure in lying. They will go and tell a lie and say, oh, they pretend that they are smart. Oh, I'm feeling leisure in that Jew, man. They will go and tell something completely different, especially young men when they are coming up. They want to make an impression on another person by saying things about themselves that they don't even have, qualities that they may not have, achievement that they may not have. Some people will go as far as even borrowing others' clothes or somebody else's clothes to go make an impression on another person and will dare say that that clothes belong to them. And here I see some of you posting, you are not a liar, man. And I know many of you say you are not a liar, man, because this song came from a politician and the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I'll come to the aspect of whether he was crying baby or not. And so, one is the president, maybe you are an opposition person. No, I'm not a liar, man. I'm not a liar, man. But this is an opportunity for all of us to evaluate ourselves. You can't sit here and say, oh, because it comes from President Weah, and maybe I am an opposition person, so that is not true. It is simple. If you have lied before, you are a liar, man. And many of you don't like this, so maybe you're going to run away. And that is okay. Look, there are times we have to face ourselves in the mirror. Because what is wrong with the greater society starts with us individually. It is easier for us to point fingers. Oh, that person is a liar. That person is a thief. That person is corrupt. But if you look at the definition of corruption, even by lying, to misrepresent the fact, the truth, to conceal information, or lying for the sole purpose of getting some worldly gains, be it financial or job, is bad. That is corruption in itself. Some people lie on their resume. If you have ever lied on your resume, which is the case for most people, you are a liar, man. And if you are a woman and you did that, you are a liar woman. And if you don't like that, so you're going to leave, leave. The best we can do for ourselves is to look in the mirror, search ourselves individually, It is easier for us to see the wrong with the leaders in government, the people who control the state resources. It's easier. I mean, that's the low hanging fruit, right? Oh, they are stealing the money. But what do you do yourself? Do you tell your parents the truth? Do we parents tell our children the truth? Do we tell our friends the truth? Do we tell the truth to individuals we are talking to for relationship? Do we really tell them the truth? And yet you will participate in the post and say you are not a liar. And some people don't like that. So I'm looking at the pool here. 16 of you voted and you said you are not a liar. I voted to say I'm not sure. And so somebody, maybe the person listening to me and join me to say, I'm not sure. Lying is a dangerous thing. Very, very dangerous. Now let's look at some categories of lying. And then after that, we'll come to the lyrics of the song. And then we will look at what was going through the president's mind for which he sang this song. And we will also talk about what should be done to the liar man that the president is talking about. We will find that liar man that the president was talking about. The liar man that the president sang about. We will find that liar man. And so stay here, we'll find that liar man, and then we'll decide what should be done to that liar man. I see Sam Wallow say, Ansony, hurry up with this. Sam Wallow is anxious. Let me progress here. So, folks, bear with me. I mean, you're gonna like this. You're certainly gonna like this. Let's look at the categories of liar man. Let's look at the categories of a liar man or a liar woman. We're not leaving our women out. They want us to be. They want gender balance, gender equity, gender this, gender equality, and all that. So, liar man, liar woman. So we did some research, and here are some key takeaways. There is a pathological liar. And it reads here, pathological liars habitually lie in order to gain attention and sympathy. You see that? People will lie to do what? To gain attention and sympathy. And then the lies told by pathological liars are typically grandiose and fantastic in scope. You see that? Pathological liars are always the heroes, heroines, or victims of the stories they concoct. Now, we are into the political arena that most of you have been waiting for. The politics thing with Liberian people. They love politics, and sometimes I wonder why we get out of this politics. So what we have done is define the word liar. We are talking about the categories of liars. So to talk about the category of liars, let me first tell you about the petty liar. Petty liars are people that do the small lying. It starts small. That's the first category of liar man. You lie about very small thing. And if you succeed, if you benefit from that lie, maybe you lied to your father, that something is missing when it's not, maybe because you give it to your friend, and then you get rewarded. Father say, oh, sin is missing, I'll get you another one. Then you're going to take another lie. That time around, that lie will become a big one. So there are petty liars, people that lie small, as we'll say in Liberia. The small liars, petty liar. Then the pathological liar. The pathological liar is the one we just talked about. So we told you, and we just read, that pathological liars are always the heroes, heroines, victims of the stories that they concoct. So when they say somebody is a pathological liar, that is huge. And let me give you an example that you may like. Donald Trump, many of you hear all the time, he is a pathological liar. Who does Trump want to be? Trump wants to be on top. He wants to be in the news all the time. He wants everybody to be talking about him. He wants to be seen as, the hero. He wants to be seen as the almighty man, the smartest man, the most talked about guy, politically speaking. And so what he will do, Trump will lie and lie and lie. And many of you know the kind of liar Trump is. He is a pathological liar. Every time Trump opens his mouth, he will lie about 15 to 16 things. Trump has been caught pens down so many times for lying. And even the press counted Trump lies, even in a single speech. If Trump gave a speech for 1 hour, sometimes when they count the lies can hit 1,000 just in 1 hour time. Trump will be able to tell 1,000 lies. Why he does that? Because he wants to be seen as a hero. Things that are not truth are very attractive to the ears, are very pleasing to our ears. Especially if you don't like the person those things being talked about, or it can be juicy for you. And the one who gives you that information is doing it for the purpose. That person trying to win some form of favor from you. And so let's get into the government arena many of you have been waiting for. I don't want to tease you anymore. Let's get into it. There are people in government, and that's the one you wanted to hear, Liberian people. There are people in government who will go to the president, who will go to the minister and lie on another person because they don't want the person to get closer. They are trying to win favor from the president. They are trying to win favor from the minister. They are trying to win favor from the superintendent. Even in the church, they are trying to win favor from the pastor. At the place of work, they are trying to win favor from the manager. They will go and tell a lie. So we see that today. And another form of lie that we saw was that people became so pathological about their lying to an extent that they became expert. They wanted to prove that they were telling the truth. And so what we saw, recalling people. And this time around, they don't want the person they're giving the information to second guess whether or not they are telling the truth. So they will call you and record. And many of you have listened to secret recordings, right? You have listened to secret recordings. And all the recordings, when they get it, they send it to the person. See why I was telling you? Now they will win favor. They will be seen as hero. If that woman, that person will be seen as an hero to whoever they try to tell the lie to, whether it's the president. And so I bring it back here. Pathological liars are always heroes. And the other part I want you to pay attention to is that they habitually lie in order to gain what? Attention and sympathy. They want you to feel for them. They want to get your attention. So they will say something that they know is not true. And they will tell you. They will tell the president because maybe they want to maintain that job. And it went also by saying the lies told by pathological liars are typically grandiose and fantastic in scope. That is to tell you that grandiose, that is a kind of lie that is done with an inner motive for some form of reward, for some form of benefit. And they talk about how fantastic it can be in scope. When we talk about scope, is the magnitude, the length, the scale of something. They're not telling small lies. And so what we see on social media in our community, and we read there that a pathological liar wants to be seen as a hero. And so what do they do? As soon as they hear something, they will not verify that information. The next thing you see that person is live with information that they have just received. They didn't even check to verify whether that information is true. Hold on, I'll get to the president. Let's look at what's said in the mirror here a little more. They are live. They are going on and saying something. And let me give you a specific example. And all of you here are free to make your decision, because when people are having a balanced and civil conversation, because it's not pleasing to your ears, you have this thing of telling them, okay, that person is this, that's why they're saying that way. I don't care. Having a soul searching discussion here about who we are, the danger of the lies that we all tell day after day. And sometimes we tell these lies to ourselves. So the point I was making, I will give you the example because the example clearly defines that. There was a container that was being taken to Thomas Fowler so-called university. That container brought his campaign materials. And there was motorbikes in there. And Mr. Costa went live because somebody in Liberia saw the container going into Thomas Fowler's fence, his college, they call it academic fence. And so this person saw it. The person had assumed that election is near, the guy is breaking a whole container here. A guy will beat the ballot boxes. The person notified Costa. And Costa believed it, that the person was telling the truth, when that person could not even verify what was in that container that was completely sealed up. The person even sent videos. That was enough for Brother Costa. And he went live and he was saying, as I'm speaking now, election ballot boxes have been moved into T5 University. They are breaking the ballot boxes to pre-mark them. He wanted to be seen as a hero, that he's on top of the information. So he told a lie. That was a big lie. It turns out the next morning, that very container, it was all motorbike in it. Thomas Fowler ended up losing that election. He got flogged by Darius DeLong. But somebody wanted to be seen as hero, and we show it to you here. Pathological liars are always the heroes. They want to tell a story, something grandiose, something fantastic in scope. I'm not saying that something can be truth and fantastic in scope. It can be true. But this is the danger you raise if you want to be seen as hero, and it happens all the time. That is an example of somebody who wants to be hero. Pathological liar. Then we have sycophantic liar, which is common in our political atmosphere. Sycophantic liar. People who exaggerate about their candidates. You see, these people will tell you how good Joseph Yimambuaka is. They will tell you how good President Weah is. Some of them are even calling him Saint Weah. That President Weah is a saint. That is an exaggeration of the president's character. Those who are involved in this kind of behavior, this kind of exaggeration, in their minds, they are playing politics. But a complete misrepresentation of the facts makes you a liar man. So if you are a political surrogate and you are in the business of elevating your candidate's profile, your candidate standing, your candidate political capital and resume, how good of a man he is, and he's blameless politically. And you will go on and say those things, knowing to your very self that which you say is a lie anyway, but you will engage in that more so because of the reward it may give you should your candidate win. You are a liar man. You are a liar man. And so if you are here watching this show and you have ever engaged in this kind of behavior in our political sphere by elevating, exaggerating the political resume of your candidate, and you have even gone as far as exaggerating information about individuals, be it in government or friends, wherever they are, if you have ever indulged in any act like that, that is a misrepresentation of the fact. You are making what you are talking about very fantastic in scope, thereby going far from the truth. That is a lie and no other description that makes you a liar man. So I ask the question again, are you a liar man? And you are voting as looking at 21% voted now and saying, I'm not a liar man. You see, this is how we are so much disingenuous. All those who have voted to say they are not liar man, you are a liar man. You are the real liar man. I challenge anybody here on the platform to say I have never in my life told a lie. Some of you will even please yourself by saying, oh, that's just a little story I told. No, you are a liar man. In as much as what you said is contrary to the fact. Maybe you did that to gain sympathy. Some of you will go and say, oh, I'm sick. Many of us have engaged in that. You call your job, you say, I'm sick. When you are not sick, you're trying to win sympathy. And here you are voting, you say you are not a liar man. A liar man will always say they are not a liar man. So that's what the sycophantic liar will do. Go ahead and praising others. And then let's come to the notorious liars. The notorious liars, many of them are politicians too. Notorious liars. Many of them are politicians. Politicians, they want to win. And remember that a liar will always want to be seen as a hero. Whoever is a hero, you can't be a hero if you are not a winner. When you win, you become a hero. So politicians always want to win, or they always want their side to win. They always want to look good. They know that the art of winning is how people perceive you. When people have a very good and impressive perception of you, they believe that chances are that they will go with you should they have the opportunity to vote. And they know that they may not be doing well. They know that the narrative might not be on your side. And so what they would go on doing is to misrepresent the facts, exaggerate the facts, so that their side to look very attractive. That in itself is a lie. That's what politicians do. And so now we are to where you wanted us to be. We see most politicians have become notorious liars. We have seen lying at a scale that we have never seen before. We heard things like President Weah has done more for Liberia than all the presidents that ever served Liberia have done. We've heard things like that. Things like that. Do you really believe that? That is a misrepresentation of the facts. That is a lie. Those who have engaged in those behavior, they are nothing short of a complete liar man. But notorious liars, I'm tempted to call the man Mamba Molu. I think he's a notorious liar. We are told that he said he had met Barack Obama in Ghana. He's a politician, right? He has a major political party in Liberia, right? He told that lie notoriously. That was a misrepresentation of the facts. The very Mamba Molu will go on and tell the truth. And thank God that audio leak. And Mamba Molu will go further by saying during the campaign time, should Darius Dillon win Monserrato County, he will resign. Darius Dillon won the election before the election even started. But we needed to get the facts. The facts are right before us today. Molu is yet to resign. A notorious liar. He was on tape. He spoke to the nation. He addressed a whole partisan. He wants his partisans to believe in him. He was campaigning for votes. He wanted to make an impression. He was encouraging. He was exaggerating. And he said something because he wanted to be seen as a strong man, as a hero. He wanted to be the center of attention. That's why a pathological liar, a notorious liar, will do. Now, notorious, that means you do it over and over. We know that the whole country was being lied to about the political standing, the financial standing of our president. We were told these lies. The danger of lies. Many Liberians have believed that. Many Liberians have believed in our president because of the lies that were told. Today, he is the president, he's a winner. And they continue to amplify these lies. And the same thing are being done on the side of the opposition. And I see many of you voting here, you say you are not a liar, man. And so, what should be done to the liar man? So the president, in the lyric of the song, saying, in my own country, they try to track me down. President Weah, at least for you, you can say, in my own country, some people try to track me down. But I think what the president meant is some people try to knock me down. Because to track somebody is to see where they are. So I don't think he actually meant to say, oh, they're trying to track me down. I think he meant to say they try to knock me down. Because the president is feeling insecure. And he's saying he does not know. President Weah, do you really not know why in your own words people trying to track you down? And President Weah will go on to say these people that are trying to track him down, these people are the liar man. Let me pluralize it. In my own country. So at least President Weah can say in my own country. Some people that came to America and got non-citizenship, I don't know if they can say that. So I don't know why the president is crying baby here. You are the most powerful person in the country. You are the most powerful person in the country. And you are crying baby here that in your own country, people trying to track you down. The president of the republic is crying. Instead of addressing the nation about things that are happening in the country that he's not satisfied with, he ran into studio to make a song that in his own country, people are trying to track him down. And he went on by saying, I don't know, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? If you don't know, then how did you get to know that people try to track you down? If you don't know, then how did you get to know that the things they are saying you did, that you did not do them? Because he went on to say, I did not do the things that they said I do. President Weah will go on to say that. So who is the liar man President Weah is talking about, folks? I want you to give me some names here. Who is the liar man that President Weah is talking about? And where are those liar men? Is that liar man in his government? Let's face it now. Many of you have been waiting for this. I was just warming up. Where is the liar man that President Weah is talking about? Is he afraid of the liar man? The most powerful person. You control the security apparatus in the country. You control everything in the country. The last time I checked, even the judicial branch of government is in the pocket of the president. And all Liberians know this. Our legislators, the legislative branch of government, is also being controlled by the president. So for our president to see a liar man, I don't know where he saw this liar man. Is that liar man in the executive branch of government, President Weah? Where is that liar man? Is President Weah complaining about some of his officials lying to him? You know what I like is that the releasing of the song was very timely. Somebody told me it was intentionally released at that time because there was this expectation that the government would have done well, or the CDC who have won most of these elections, especially Monserrado County. And then the president would make a point that all these opposition people have been lying. And here they are. We whoop them. But unfortunately, that did not go the president and the CDC way. What we saw was that the CDC did not win the seat in Monserrado County that they desperately wanted. They felt that without that seat, they don't, and they did not get it. What's interesting is that, so we can turn the meaning of the song around. So now, because of what happened, President Weah is finding the liar man, and he thinks that the liar man is in his government. There are people that told him we're going to beat the law. That was the reason why even Momba Molu will tell the whole world that should the law win, he will resign. I got information too that Abu Kamara of District 15 said similar thing, that should the law win, he was going to resign. We are also reminded of Manjabate, who said that should the law win, he will commit suicide. These three persons, the law has since won the election. To their very knowledge, they are yet to act on their own words. These people are not only pathological liars, they are notorious liars. Notorious is somebody who is known widely for something mostly negative. Lying is a negative behavior. It is a bad behavior. These three individuals, and maybe many, I heard too that Akara's Grace said the same thing. Akara Grace will go to deny it from what I heard. These people are not only pathological liars, they are notorious. How you open your mouth so wildly to your whole country and your fellow citizens that should this happen, this is what I will do. And that happened, and you are yet to act on your own words. So, President, we are the lion man that you are talking about, the lion man that you are crying about, the lion man that you are singing about. May I ask, who is that lion man? And where is that lion man? And to those of you who are following me here, please let me know who is the lion man. Who is the lion man? There are some people in the government who told the president, look, let's print $4 billion, and that $4 billion will help with the liquidity problem in the country. They printed the $4 billion. They brought the $4 billion in the country since July of this year. Finding Liberian dollars is very tough in the country today. Who is a liar man? The people who went to work and informed and advised the president that printing $4 billion who have solved that problem? Are those people the liar man? Who is the liar man, Mr. President? Is that liar man in your government? Is President, we are seeing something about somebody, about some officials in the government. Have they been telling him things that will happen? And those things are not happening. And he's seeing that things are going the opposite direction. And because he's close to them, he's friends with them, he does not have the guts as a man to talk to them face to face. And so he has gone into studio to cry like a baby and singing liar man. Mr. President, who is the liar man? Folks, give me some names. I'm not in the business of name calling. I do my analysis and I leave it with you to make your own judgment. Who is the liar man? The last time I checked, the finance minister told the Republic of Liberia that the country had secured a budget surplus. Hello? The president, the finance minister told our country that our country has registered a budget surplus. Even though inflation is around 40%, and yet the finance minister will tell us that the government of Liberia has registered a budget surplus. And despite that budget surplus, we have seen people protesting for their salaries, from nurses to teachers to people at water and sewer and all over the place. People at the Supreme Court will protest for their salary. And yet, the finance minister will say, we have a budget surplus. And so the question is, Mr. President, who is that liar man? Are you afraid of the liar man? Is Mr. Samuel Twe the liar man? Mr. President, or is that you, the liar man? Who is the liar man? Folks, tell me, who is the liar man? Our people were told about the coastal highway. It is yet to start. Who is the liar man, Mr. President? We were told that people were going to be audited and persecuted for corruption. We are yet to see that. Who is the liar man? Look, Mr. President, if you don't know what to do about this liar man, and let me say something to you guys. The last time the president, the president has a church, right? And in the church, the president talked about how he received 1,000 text messages, folks. And of the 1,000 text messages that he had received, 999 of those text messages were insults. And he went on to say those were mostly people from his party. And that those people, despite the text messages that they had sent him, insulting him, who dared to ask him to pay their rent. And the president said, no, I'm not going to do it. At least the president was man enough to come on the people and say, look, you send me messages insulting me, and you are telling Iran and telling me I should pay your rent. I will not do it. He's selling in the church. This is a true story. We don't lie here. Who is the liar man? Mr. President, what I know also is that some of the ministers in your government, they are lying to you. They are not telling you the truth. The people in your government are not telling you the truth. Prices are high. I'm not sure you go in the market to buy things. Transportation is expensive. I don't see you catching a bus, catching a keke. You have a fleet of cars. You don't see those things. You rely on the commerce ministry to tell you how prices are in the country. They told you that the government needed $30 million for stimulus package so that Liberian people will be given rest to stay at home for them not to contract the coronavirus. That money was raised. Today, as we speak, right there in Moravia, some people are yet to receive rice. It's not like Grand Cru where you have to struggle to get the Osano County or other counties that are hard to reach. That is not the case. Right there in Monserrado County. Money is not the issue. The money was raised by the government and the international community. That was what people in your government had told you, that this is what we need to do in an effort to fight the coronavirus. And yet, the money there, or the money was available or made available, they will not be able to give the rights to our people. The question is, Mr. President, who is the liar man? Folks, we need to ask the president, who is the liar man and where is the liar man? There are liar men in the opposition. I know that. But let's deal with the government, because any mistake the government makes right now will have a huge impact on the country, as in the case of the stimulus package. The audit that came about that led to the death of the auditors, the stimulus package money was part of the audit. Today, those auditors are no more. And some people continue to say and believe that those auditors were killed. Why would people not want to believe that? They were conducting audits. They had information in their possession about something bad in the government. Earlier, when we were talking about this issue of lying, that's why we were drilling on that people want to conceal information. That's what liars do. They don't want to be exposed. They want to conceal information so they will tell a different story. So you see what I was telling you, all those things. So folks, those auditors, those fellow citizens are no more. And the president said they were killed. He said that in a church. But he went on by saying maybe boyfriend and girlfriend had to do with it. He went on by saying, it could be people who are deported from the diaspora might be responsible for the killing. Who told you that? Somebody told the president that those people were killed. Liar man. So the question remains, where is the liar man? And so folks, join me. What should be done to the liar man if the liar man is in the government? What should be done to the liar man? Should the liar man be banned from government? Should the liar man be fired from the government? And should the liar man go to jail? What do you think, folks? What should happen to Mr. Liar Man? The president will go on to say, let Jah meaning God, judge you, because I did not do those things that you say I did. And he went on to say, why? So why you keep lying, liar man? So Mr. President did liar man. And then Mr. President went on by saying, Kuku Jimoku. And many of you know Kuku Jimoku in Liberia is like saying, you do me, I do you. It's like why biblically people will say an eye for an eye. I think some people say, no, yeah, an eye for an eye, that's what I know. So with the president be able to follow his own son, that Kuku Jumuku, if somebody is in the government lying to you, that you register a budget surplus, lie to you that, look, let's find $30 million for stimulus package, we'll make sure our people get the rice. Once the people don't get the rest, that is a lie. No other way to describe it. And whoever were responsible to ensure that the rights were distributed to the citizens, and that person did not do that, that person, Mr. President, is a liar man. And as chief executive of the country, you cannot say, let Jah judge you. That is why we have courts in the country. That's why we have institutions like the LACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission. They are there to investigate. That was the reason why we have audit agency. The people conducted the audit, take the audit report, try to find the liar man, and let the law take its course. That is what our president said to us. That wherever we find corruption, the law will take its course. That is what our president said. Hello, folks. That is what our president said. But instead of the president mustering the courage to find the liar man, I believe he knows he's sinking some crying baby about liar man. So the president knows the liar man in this government. He knows. And that is why he's saying, let Jah judge you. No, that was not why you told us. Mr. President, do not be a liar man. You told us that wherever we find corruption, these are your own words. And these words, I'm telling you, they are on the Executive Mansion website in the president's speech. That wherever we find, and let me give the rare context. It said, though corruption is a way of life and like a culture in our country, we will fight corruption, and wherever we find corruption, the Lord, L-A-W, will take its course. President Weah speaking. So President Weah said that instead of acting on those words, President Weah is singing, telling us, let Jah judge the liar man. So President Weah, in the first place, you are a liar man here. Because you are saying something different. That is a lie. There's no other way to pull it. That is a lie. Mr. President. So the liar man in your government, I think my audience here, I recommend it. They should be banned from participating into the government. They should be fired. They should be persecuted because that's what you said in the first place. And at LACC, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, we have a gentleman there who is a Nigerian whose citizenship cannot be proven. And he is the guy that is fighting corruption. No wonder why there's no fight. Folks, do you remember that the $25 million report went to that LACC and up to now it has not come out? And these are the exact words. The president said that the report was sent to LACC and he wanted the report to come out in 2 weeks, and that when the report came out, he was going to act on it. Our friends in the CDC will go ahead and went ahead and told us that human heads were going to roll, meaning that people were going to feel the consequences of their action. Those who squandered the money, that the president was going to see to it that they were going to face prosecution or investigation. That report has been more than 1 year now since that report been lying there. The president knows about the report. So the question is, who is the liar man? And yes, all the things that the president said. He said in the song, and listen to the song carefully, he said, I'm going to burn you with fire. I'm going to burn you with fireman. You know, he's speaking Jamaican English. He's trying to say that the liar man, he's going to burn the liar man with the fireman. So many of you know fireman, right? In Liberia, we say fire brigade. I don't know where we came up with that. But firefighter is the fireman. And President Weah in his son is saying, let the fireman burn the liar man. So who is the what? The fireman. President Weah, our constitution made you the fireman. That you should use the fire in the law to burn legally the liar man in your government. And by the way, you employ these liar men in your government in the first place. He went on to say, the liar man is a wicked man, bad man, foolish man. President, we are using words. So who is the foolish man? The one who lied to the country that they would do this? Is that not foolish? For somebody to say, oh, we have budget surplus, and there's no budget surplus, and people are protesting to the extent that Achipopon got to set himself on fire after advocating for months and months to get his just salary. So who is the bad man? The one who does not pay employees? A government that does not pay employees and will go on to say and have budget surplus? And his supporters will go and say all is well in the country? And those supporters, are they not liar men and liar women? So who is the liar man? Who are the liar women? We have to accept the reality that our country is in a serious trouble economically. And so for our friends to not agree that, hey, look, we are in trouble, how can we all help solve this problem? Just because they belong to that political side, they want us to tell a story different from what the truth is. If the election result could not tell them anything, that they have been very foolish, that they have been very wicked, then I don't know what else is going to tell them. Because this is wickedness to the core. This is foolishness to the core. Prices are high. Transportation, people are finding it difficult. This has been the history of the country. This is not the first government we have experienced this kind of thing. Even though given where we're coming from, it should have been better. And it is not better. So we hold the government responsible 100% because they were elected to make it better. This is the government of change that the people elected. and things are not better, and we have our friends telling us that things are better. This is wickedness. So who is the bad man? Who is the wicked man? Who is the foolish man? Folks, let underline the word foolish man. And President Weah went on to say, don't ever follow the liar man then. Don't ever follow Mr. Liar man then. We're speaking Jamaican English now. Don't ever follow the liar man then. So, Mr. President, you got so many liar man then in your government. You roll with these liar man all the time. They are the only one you talk to. The indications are obvious all over the place. Things are not getting better. We all want things to get better, but things are not getting better. And you know it. But you are still rolling with the same liar man, and then in your son, you are advising us or yourself that don't never follow the liar man then. So, Mr. President, this son here, some people will agree, and maybe I can agree, that it's a good son. The lesson here is good. Don't follow the liar man then. So, will you continue to follow the liar man then? The liar man that, when DeLong win, I will resign. And that liar man will still be there. The liar man that said there is surplus, and then people still protesting, people can't be paid. Are you going to follow that liar man? The liar man that also told us that they were breaking 6,000 Nigerian teachers, and we have not seen those teachers. Are you still going to follow that liar man? Because he said it and it did not happen, so he is a liar man. So what should be done to the liar man? Who is the liar man? Where are the liar men? Folks, I hope I was able to give you something. And still talking about what should be done to the liar man, something just came to my mind. The president is a man of God. He has a church, right? And some of these liar men in his government, I see them going to his church. Many of you remember when Calasco went live in the Fokeklon church, when the Holy Spirit catch them and they were falling. So those people in the church, right? And in the Christian world, that's what some churches do. If you sin and commit sin against, the teachings of Jesus Christ, what they do is they put you on sin on bench. And President, we also know about benching people. He's the icon of soccer, the greatest icon in Liberia football history, Joshua, based on his accomplishment. He is an iconic figure when it comes to football. He played the game and has achieved so much than any other African player. He won all the trophies there was or still is. He won it all. So he knows about bench. And the president, to his credit, even told us that his cabinet, he see them like a team. And that when he put you there and you're not performing, he will bring you on the bench if you're not performing. So, Mr. President, you have a church, and some of these liar men in your government, they are there. Put them on senior bench in your church. Or put them on the substitute bench from on the fee of government because they're not playing well. They are lying, they are liar men. And you yourself have been part of the lying. You are a liar man, Mr. President. No doubt about it. If I have lied before, I am a liar man. So I'm not excluded here, and you are not excluded. You were listening to me. So to come here and think that, oh yeah, this guy is dealing with the government, and you think you are not. If you have lied to your daughter, you are a liar man. No different about it. Lying has consequences. When people lie, they don't tell the truth. that truth they don't tell will come out. It will bring shame to them. And because they don't give the right information, somebody will do something completely different. Because they are telling, the liar men are telling the president, all is well, the president is doing good, you feel okay. Our friends have been lied to that the government is succeeding when the government is not succeeding. And so people who are followers and supporters of the government believe that they too repeat those lies. Today, we've seen the election result tell something completely different. So let the president put some of the liar men who are in your church on sit on bench. And those of them who are in Ansony Sieh church, because that is spiritual godfather, let him ask Ansony Sieh to put them on the senior bench too, because they are all liar men. Our people didn't get a stimulus rise, but they are still in government. So, President Weah, the real liar men are in your government. The real liar man is in your government. So this your behavior of going into studio to sing a song about liar man, how judge to judge the liar man. God have blessed you. You become president. Use the laws of the country as you said before, that wherever you are going to find corruption, and corruption can be anything, use the law to judge them. That's what is required according to our system of government. When someone is accused of doing something wrong, there should be an investigation. And when there is an investigation, if the investigation finds anything, there should be prosecution. And after prosecution, when the person is found guilty, there should be a punishment. So to be seeking some, let God judge them, you are neglecting your responsibility. At least put them on a bench, at Winker Church or in your own church. Or fire them. Isn't why you said that if they don't perform, you will substitute them? When that the small picking them, according to Freetown English, when that the small picking them, who will send you a text message because they're not happy, you are brave to count on the people and talk about it. That they send you 999 text messages insulting you, so you're not going to pay their rent. Muster the courage, the liar men that you see in the government, to fire them and replace them as you promised. You forgot about your substitute bench. People are hurting. These decisions are hurting people. The government is not performing. The government is not delivering. This is a life and death situation here. There are young people roaming around who are looking for opportunity to survive. The government will provide those opportunities. And we have liars in the government, people exaggerating things that are not happening in the government, making you to feel that. I think Mr. Eugene Fagon, the man with the facts and fiction, he's a liar man. Complete liar man. And this guy was declared is non-governmental material. And yet President Weah will keep this guy in his government. So whoever keeps a liar man, rolls with a liar man, chats with a liar man, dances with a liar man, that person is himself a liar man. And so, President Weah, as much as you have identified these liar men and will not do anything about them, you yourself, you are a liar man. Talking about wicked men, bad men, foolish men. People are hurting. There have been numerous accusations. People within your government, you're talking about wicked man, Mr. President? You're talking about wicked man? Weah, JV Weah, accuse you of having an affair with his wife, somebody's within your government? He narrated the story. We heard about a defense minister, wife. How do you call that? And you come here and say you the right guy to be talking about wicked man? You're talking about foolish man? A bad man? What you call that? That behavior. Folks in cyberspace, my name is Ansony Sieh. I thought to bring you some analysis of the president's son. I hope I did not disappoint you. Sorry that I teased you a little more from the beginning of it. Surely, the son liar man does not only apply to folks in government, it applies to all of us. We all lie. We lie in our communities, we lie in our schools. Some people even lie and cheat. And those of us on the outside who are lying, we get comfortable. It becomes habitual. When we get in government, we'll do the same thing. The people who are in government are lying today about they are doing this, they are doing that. They get in budget surplus, they will do this. They were lying before getting in government. They did not learn it in government. So why it's true that many of us, some of us are not happy with our government because of the poor performance. We're not happy with our president. The sum makes sense. We are all mostly liar men and we need to start now. We are angry because the government is lying to us. People in the government are lying to us. Instead of the president, who is the chief executive, the head of the country, who saw something to come up and speak about this, he will go and sing a song, Liar Man, thinking, sorry, that will solve the problem. That is more disappointing than even the liar man that he's talking about. And so, folks, this is how we will draw down the curtains here. I hope you got some juice from me on this song, The Liar Man. Enjoy our closing song and bye-bye.
We all love you, man.